All right, continuing on from what we did last week with our resistance bands, we're just going to do some more stuff designed to target your glutes and your hamstrings using this bad boy here. So this is a GHD machine, or a glute hamstring developer. Notice in the name it is to develop the glutes and the hamstrings. It is not a sit-up machine, it is a glute hamstring developer. So more on that a little bit later. But we're going to go through probably 3 movements today. Okay, that was 2, this is 3. We're going to go through 3 movements today. So we're just going to go through a little bit of a hamstring raise. So you can do these on the ground. These are Nordics. You don't need a machine of those like this to do it. Going to do a back extension, and then we're going to combine the 2 into a full glute ham raise. So when you set yourself up on the machine, if you come around the side here, you'll notice these pads. So the higher on the pad your knee is when you set up, the less resistance, the less help you have. So the harder it will be. So if you want to make this as easy as possible on yourself, you're going to have your knee sitting like mine is right at the base of the pad. You want to try and get those feet nice and flat on that backing there. And as I said, going to go through 3 movements. So the first one is just a hamstring curl. So from the top position, we're going to think about squeezing those glutes, keeping that straight line from my knee through to my shoulders. I'm just going to curl out, go all the way out to full extension, and then I'm just going to pull myself back up. What I want to achieve when I do that is I want to maintain that nice straight line, right? I don't want to break at the hip. I don't want to break at the core. What I'm trying to use is I'm trying to use those hamstrings to pull my body weight all the way down and all the way back up. A way you can scale this, if you can't go all the way out to full extension, would be to just do some partials. So just going till you can, and then pulling yourself back up from there. That's if you can't go all the way out. If you can get that full range of motion, you can do that full range of motion. Second movement is a back extension. So we're starting in that finished position of where we were before. Keeping that straight line, heel to my shoulders. I'm just going to break at my hips, try and maintain a nice flat back. Hamstrings are a little tight for me at the moment, so I've probably got a little bit of a core in my lumbar, curve in my lumbar, and then I'm going to just come back up to that finished position. What I want to try and avoid when I do this is coming up and overextending at the top, right? So I want to try and make sure that when I do this, that I maintain that nice flat back, just that hinge at the hip, and coming up to that nice flat body at the top. The very last thing that we're going to do is combining the 2. So we're going to start at the top, move through, go down into that back extension, and then pop back up all the way to the top. That one there was less than ideal. I felt that when I got to the top, there was a little break in my hips. I want to be able to come to that straight line before I roll back up through my knees. So again, lowering myself down, nice and controlled, to that straight line, all the way down, and then driving back up to the top. So they're 3 really, really good movements using this. If everyone noticed, I wasn't facing the other way, I was facing this way, which is a good way to develop those glutes and those hamstrings, because after all, this is a GHD machine. So going through those again, you got your hamstring curl, you have your back extension, and then you have your full GHD. There are partial variations and there are some scaling options for those. For your back extensions, you can also make them a little bit harder, add a little bit of weight, but those key points and those basics that we just went through apply all the way through. Give that a go, hopefully that helps. Thanks.